course or a video for linear equations, solving linear equations. This is really important for the future. So we're going to start from beginner. So this is solve one-step linear equations. I hope this is in-depth and you like it. Alright, so let's start. Now, what you want to do in algebra is always, sometimes you want to find the value of c. In this case, you want to find the value of c. You want to solve the value of c. So, in that case, if we want to find the value of c, we want everything from here, this equal sign, we want everything to be on this side, and the c being by itself. So we want c to equal the -2 and the +2. Alright, but it's not like that. It doesn't work like that. You can't just take the -2 all the way over here. You have to do one extra step to make it equal. The step that you have to make it equal. Let's write it out. Okay, when you wanted to make it equal, the opposite of minus, what's the opposite of minus? Right, it's plus. So if we plus 2, this will give us the value of 0. Okay, so then it'd be c plus 0. That's essentially what we're doing. But we can't do that. We can't just remove a value. We also have to make the other side equal. So we have to plus 2 over here as well. When we plus 2 over there as well, we get 2 plus 2. Now, 0 has no value, so we could just do this. Okay, so what we essentially did was we found equal, to make it equal, to make it to 0. We had to do the opposite, the absolute value. Then it has to be c is equal to 2 plus 2 to make it equal. To take this value and take it over here. Equal. Now, if we do this all correct, c should equal to 4. 2 plus 2 is 4. So, if that is correct, and just so you guys know, I might get some of these wrong. I'm doing these on like one take, so I'm trying to do it in such depth that you'll understand it. So we have another one of these. Now it has 6 is equal to 3j. In the beginning we said that we just wanted j, and we wanted everything else to be on the opposite side, all the way over there, right here. So, how do we separate 3j? Well, essentially, 3j is 3 times j. Now, if you stop back to like 3rd grade, 5th grade, the opposite of multiplication is division. Right? Division. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to divide by 3. We want to divide by 3 so that these two cancel out. So that multiplication sign isn't there anymore. We have to make it equal to the other side as well. So we also have to divide by 3. So essentially it would look like 6 over 3 equals j, 3j over 3. Now these two would cancel out, and it would be 6 over 3. Now, 6 divided by 3 is 2. So 2 is equal to j, or j is equal to 2. That's essentially what we're doing. We're trying to make it equal so that we can find the value of the variable. that in. We got that one right. Let's go. Okay, so now we have this. Okay, this might be a little bit harder. We have decimals now. This is a lot harder. Okay, so we have this thing again. Well, we haven't had this before. We have b over 4 is equal to 2.6. Now, before we had like 3j is equal to 6, right? We had to divide by 3 and divide by 3 to get j is equal to 2, right? So that was when it was multiplying here, when it was multiplying. Now it's dividing. Now, what's the opposite of division? It is definitely multiplication. Now we're trying to move this all the way over here. But it's not that simple, right? As we found out before. So we have to multiply by 4 to take out the denominator. Multiply by 4 to take out the denominator. So then b would equal to 2.6 times 4. Now, I'm not sure what 2.6 times 4 is. It's probably 10.4. Yeah, 10.4. So, what we essentially did... Okay, so let's get the answer here. 10.4. What we essentially did was did the opposite. We multiplied by 4. We multiplied by 4. Because this, division, that's a fraction. Every time you have a fraction, that's division. 3 over 4 is just division. 1 over 2 is just one whole being divided by 2. That's it. That's what a fraction is. So, if you noticed, everything that we do here is basically the opposite. Everything that we do in this algebra is basically the opposite. 10.4. I hope you guys are getting this because this is really, really important for future math, and it's like one of the bases of all maths. Future math. So this is really, really important. Okay, so we have this. We have j. Always write it out because you'll find some, during the time that you're writing it out, you could find some ways to solve the problem. We're trying to find this. We're trying to make it go over here. So, what do we do first? Well, we're trying to move it over here, right? And the opposite, we're trying to find the opposite of the sign, So, the opposite of this sign is plus. Minus, the opposite of minus is definitely plus. So, if we put j, I'll do it step by step. If we do plus 2.3, we would get j is equal to 2.21 plus 2.3. Now, I hope these are getting easier because in the future it might get a lot harder, and it will. So we got 2.21 plus 2.3. That is 4.51 as our answer, if we did all correctly. Now, if you noticed, like the other ones, with the division, what we did was we multiplied it. With the multiplication, what we did was the division. With the plus, the addition, what we did is we subtracted it. With the subtraction, we had added it to the other side. This is basically equality in all of these, equality. So, we put 4.51. I hope my math was correct. And that is correct. Yep. Okay. So, we have another one of these. Now, what did we say last time about this division line right here? Right, we said multiplication, because multiplication is opposite of division. So we multiply by what? Oh, by the denominator, 3. Okay, so we multiply by 3. We multiply by 3 to the other side because of equality. So k is equal to 12, or we could say 4 times 3. That is how you solve one-step equations. Let's just do a lot of the rest of them so that you could get the basis of all of these. Now, this one's the same. Remember, this is multiplication. 2m is essentially 2 times m. What you need to do is take this 2 away. So, the opposite of multiplication is, yes, division. So 2m over 2, division. We know that this fraction line is division. That will cancel out itself. Okay? But we know that we can't just do that. We have to make the whole equation equal. What we do on one side, we do to the other side. We divide this by 2. M will equal to 5.09. That is the answer to our question. Right here. M is equal to 5.09. So the next time you get these on your math score, or maps and stuff, ACT, Aspire has them. Yeah, now you know how to solve them. They will get a lot harder though, so be prepared. This is another one of these. The opposite of negative is positive. So n minus 11 is equal to 1. Be plus 11. N is equal to 32. That's wrong. N is equal to 12. We're looking for, we want n by itself. It's a puzzle game a lot of times. So n is equal to 12. I know that my 2's look really, really bad. It's like a meme to have these 2's. Like this, to have that instead of, I just don't like the look of that. It just looks too plain for me. So don't. Alright, so now we have a different problem here. We have v on the other side. Wow. Don't worry about that though. This right here is the same as v over 4 is equal to 3. It's the same as 3 times, I think it is the commutative property. 3 times 5 is equal to 5 times 3. It's the commutative property, I think. Except with the equal sign. So this essentially is the same thing as what we did last time, except it's flipped. You do the exact same thing. Let's solve it as it is. So 3 is equal to v over 4. When we solve it as it is, it will be as it is. So the opposite of division, what is the opposite of division? Yes, multiplication. So we multiply by what? The denominator to cancel out. Yes, multiply by the denominator. We get 12 is equal to v. Okay? It's the same thing. Don't worry, I got scared on these, and the first I was like, what do I do with them? It's essentially the same thing, just flipped. It's the exact same. Solve it the exact same way. Fantastic. Okay. We have 7s plus 1 equals 21. Divide by 7, because division is the opposite of multiplication. Divide by 7. S will equal to 21 divided by 7, which is 3. So we will put 3 into this. Next. Okay, we have this multiplication again. Opposite of division is multiplication. We multiply by, that's the denominator, and multiply the other side for equality. So it will then equal, C is equal to 81. Let's see if that's correct. I might get this one wrong. Okay, so you might have noticed that we're at a different score. That's because I lost some footage. There was no mic, and we were going over some important stuff, but I went back to number 75. So we're back on track. Okay, so for this problem, it's really easy. We want to take this and we wanted to put it over here and combine it with this. You want to do the opposite. You want to take the opposite of this sign, and then we will do this. I'll write it out first though. If we take the opposite of that sign, that's a minus. So we do minus 78 so that this becomes 0. We do minus 78 over here. We get 95 minus 78 is equal to j. Now my 95 minus 78, that's 17. So 17 is equal to j. Cool. On these,
Yay, we got it! So, on this one it's the same way. Basically, there's negative 90 on one side with the y, and you have to put it to the other side, right? So, the opposite of that negative sign is, well, let's first write it out. Okay, that's how it would be. The opposite of that negative sign will be plus 90, so that it would eliminate that 90, and we do it to the other side for equality. So then this would equal to y equals to So here, it's basically the same thing as last time. You have to take the 23 to the other side. So let's see if we can. We first have to find the opposite of that sign, which is a negative 23. We do negative 23 on each side. This will give us 457 minus 23 is equal to h. What is 457 minus 23? That is... that's 434 is equal to h, or h equals 434. Great, we got the answer. I hope that you guys got that answer too, if you're following along. Alright, so this one's a little different. Now we have a fraction with a negative on the underside, on the denominator, and we have negative 13 on the other side. So let's see. Negative 13 is equal to p over negative 14. Let's write it out first. Now we have a negative 14 there. So we have a division sign there. Every time that you see a fraction, that is division. So we have to multiply, because that's the opposite of division, negative 14. But we don't multiply it on one side, we multiply it on the other side as well. But notice that either a negative 14 or not a positive 14. We have to multiply a fraction. If you want to get rid of the denominator, you have to multiply the fraction by the denominator itself. You multiply the other side by negative 14 to make it equal. Now this rule, negative and negative is equal to positive. Positive and negative is equal to negative. Negative and positive is equal to negative. And positive and positive is equal to positive. So what that tells us is when we multiply the negative 14 by the negative 13, this will give us a positive number. Well, what number is this? It's 182. Is equal to p. Always remember the table here of negative and negative is positive. Positive and negative is negative. Negative and positive is negative. And positive and positive is positive. That only and division of integers, numbers, whatever numbers. It's 182 equals 3, so let's put 182. Alright, so we have another one of these where we have to take the 213 to the other side. Now the 213 is positive, and let's write it out first here. So we have to first find the opposite of this number, the opposite sign, which is negative 213. And we do that to the other side for equality. those two numbers, 213 minus 213, is 0. We basically eliminated 213. So then we do y equals 998 minus 213. Then we solve for 998 minus 213. Now what is that? It's 785. So let's put 785 into the answer. Yay! Right, so now we have this one. It's essentially the same thing as last time. We have a positive 72. So then first write it out, because sometimes you can find some nooks and crannies from writing it out. You do minus 72 on each side to eliminate that 72. And you do it on the other side because you want it to be equal on each side. So then it would be negative 72. Negative 72 plus 72 is 0. We basically eliminated that 72 from the other side of the equation. So now we just moved it basically to the other side equally. Let's see. Alright, so 847. C is equal to 847. Let's put 847 in there.
Okay, so you might have noticed a jump. That's because the stuff that I captured didn't have audio with it. So yeah, that was a problem. But please pause this video and try to solve this problem. Okay, you're back. So you have to find the opposite of this sign here, this sign. So this will be W plus 4 right here. So then this will be W is equal to 8.5. Okay, 8.5. Yeah, I hope that's right. And I hope that you guys got 8.5. Yep. Okay. So, next one. We have this. Please pause the video and try to solve it. Okay, you're back. So this is negative 14.25 is equal to n plus 4. You subtract 4. You also subtract 4 here, because this is opposite right here. This will give you 0. So then this is negative 18.25 is equal to n. Okay? I hope that you guys got that. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. But I hope that you did. If you didn't, please give feedback in the comments so that I can make these videos better. Alright, that was right. So, next one. Please pause the video and solve it. Okay, you're back. So, this is how you solve this. You divide by negative 2. You divide by negative 2 because you know that negative 2n is essentially just negative 2 times n. That's essentially what it is. So this will give you n is equal to 5.7, I think. But it won't give you just 5.7. It'll give you negative 5.7 because of the negative, positive, negative, negative rule. So I hope that this is right. Yeah, that's right. Good. Okay, pause the video and see if you can solve it. Alright, you solved it. So what you do is multiply by 4 because you have to multiply by the denominator here. The denominator. Because this is a division line, right? The opposite of division is multiplication. So you have to multiply by the denominator. That will get rid of the 4, and you have to do it to the other side as well. You have to multiply to the other side. This will give you n is equal to negative, because there's a negative and positive, right? Negative overpowers positive. Alright, so this will give you a negative. Let's use my calculator to speed this up. I'm almost out of battery. 10.8, negative 10.8. This should give you, that's the answer that it should give you. Negative 10.8. Okay. Alright, next one. Please pause the video and solve it. Alright, you paused the video and solved it. So the way you solve this is essentially like the last one. You multiply by 4. You multiply by 4. This will give you y is equal to 3.8 times 4. Now, 3.8 times 4 is equal to 15.2, apparently, to my calculator. So 15.2 should be your answer. We're almost there. Please pause the video and try solving it. Okay, you solved it. First, you multiply by 2 like last time, because you want to get rid of that denominator. You multiply by 2. Alright. This will give you negative 2.92 times 2. So this will equal to 5.84. But yeah, it's negative 5.84 because of this negative sign here. Negative overpowers positive because of the negative positive rule when multiplying and dividing. So it should be negative 5.84. Alright, last one. We have this. So, the way that you solve this, you multiply. And you know what? I'll let you solve it. Okay, you solved it. Well, you multiply by 2. You multiply by 2 to get rid of that denominator. Now, 2.7 times 2 is 3. No, that's wrong math. 5.4. So 5.4 is equal to J. And these two numbers here are positive. These two numbers are positive, so it will result in a positive number. So 5.4. Boom, let's go. Yay, we did it. So you might have noticed that I got one of them wrong. It's because, you know, we all make mistakes, and I made a mistake on one of them. So I cut it out, I think, because I didn't really want to give a bad influence or give you like a wrong idea. So I hope that you found this video really informative, and Please share it with your friends if they need help with pre-algebra or algebra, whatever you call this. Please like the video if you like it. Please dislike if you don't like it. So yeah. Please dislike it if you don't like it, and I guess, well, if you're in lower grades like 5th grade, 6th grade, 3rd grade, 4th grade, I applaud for, you can be in 10th grade as well. I applaud for looking for online resources. 10th grade, whatever grade you are, I applaud for you looking for online resources, because you can find so much stuff online, and I'm grateful that you guys saw this video. Maybe you found it informative, maybe you didn't. Go in the comments, ask some questions. I'll be in the comments. They might take a little while because I also have schoolwork, but go in the comments and ask some questions. But also go in the comments and suggest some ways that I could teach this better, teach it way better. So, because this is my first time, so thank you for watching the video, and bye.